Hey guys, so I wanted to let you guys know what happened during my phlebotomy class today. So basically, we had our first exam today and I got a 100% on it. I was super excited when I saw that I did excellent, and I had been studying, like I showed you guys when I was in the car, with the flashcards that I made about the different topics that she told us to study. We talked about like the different departments within the lab. She gave us these index cards that we have to do. So there's microbiology. I'm just gonna give you like an example of what we had to do with the index cards. So for microbiology, on the back we had to write a bunch of information. So for microbiology, it would be anything with a culture, blood, wound, throat, urine, and stool cultures. The tests that you would run is occult blood, fecal fat, ova, and parasites. And what we would have to know for our NHA certification test is that results usually take 48 to 72 hours. So then we have 5 index cards that we had to make during class today. So this one is blood bank, and then there's different information on the back of each card. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but it's just like the color of the tube, the additive that's in the tube, whether you spin it or not, whether it's plasma or serum, the tests that are run, and this, like the bottom, is just extra information that is on the NHA certification test. So then we also had coagulation, which has its own information, hematology, and last but not least, chemistry. So we went over those. We also practiced putting tourniquets on each other, which was a little bit frustrating for me because the girls that are in my team, like we have teams by what row we're in. There's 3 people per row, and so there's 3 people per team. And the girls that are in my team, one of them wasn't getting how to put the tourniquet on correctly. She kept like getting confused and tying it in a knot like you would with when you're tying your shoes. And so like literally they were putting the tourniquet on my arm like 20 or 25 times, and it was starting to hurt my arm. I got my tourniquet on the first try. I'm very happy that I'm learning how to do this. I feel like every class session, you know, I feel more and more confident with my choice in choosing to do phlebotomy and get out of the CNA realm of things. The other things that we talked about was like getting our resume ready, and I'm gonna make a separate video talking about that because one, I'm gonna do one that's specific to like phlebotomy resumes, because I'm going to be creating my own resume here so that I can try to get a phlebotomy job. So I'm gonna like walk you through the process that I'm going through to make my phlebotomy resume. But then I also have been requested by one of you guys to make a video talking about like things you should put on your resume as a new CNA who doesn't necessarily have experience as a CNA. And we did kind of talk about those things in class, not necessarily CNA related, obviously, because it's a phlebotomy class, not a CNA class. But we did kind of talk about some of the things that I'll go over when I make that video, or those 2 videos, I should say. So those are going to be separate videos, so be looking out for those. We also talked about like interview tips, things that we were a little bit frightened about, as far as like how to answer certain interview questions, how to take control of the interview if the interviewer just doesn't seem to be interested in the interview, or if it seems like things are not going in a positive manner, how to take control of the interview. I can make a video talking more about that if you guys would be interested in that. We also talked about how we should be applying for phlebotomy jobs like now. She did tell us, the instructor told us that in her last class, her last phlebotomy class that she did before us, she had a student who started applying for phlebotomy jobs literally before class even started. She had an interview the first week of class, and by the end of class, she had 3 or 4 job offers on the table. So as a brand new phlebotomist, she had all these job offers, which is great. I definitely would prefer to work in the hospital, although I'm not opposed to working in a plasma center, but I would definitely prefer hospital or a doctor's office, although I highly doubt that I would find like work in a doctor's office, at least in this area. So we'll see how that goes. I know there are certain hospitals around here that are hiring. Certain hospitals do hire the graduates from the school that I'm going to, and they are, I guess, really impressed with the reputation that the students from our program have. So that's always good. I'm trying to think of what else we talked about. Oh, we also got our topics for our group presentations, which are due in week 5 of the class. And again, we were separated by our teams, which is our rows. So there's 3 people, and I have my people's information up on the wall up here. I'm not gonna show you just because it has like their email and their phone number, so I have it covered up. But Monica and Adrian are the 2 people in my group, and we actually got assigned to do urine. Like, that's what our presentation has to be about, like urine cultures, urine pregnancy tests, urine drug screen. Like, we have to talk about like why someone might order this test, what they're looking for during the test, the actual procedure of performing the test. And then we also have to do the same, basically the same information for a 24-hour urine collection. So basically every group got a different topic. So like the row next to us had like all the fecal tests and all of that stuff. So they have to present on that. Each team has their own topic to present on. And of course the girls at the beginning got like, you know, different blood tests and things like that, but we got the urine tests. So it's just going to be interesting to see how this turns out. I do definitely have faith in the girls that are on my team because we seem to get along pretty well, and you know, we're just helpful, and I don't feel like we're going to get screwed over by anybody that's in our team. So I'm hoping that that's not the case. She actually gave us a take-home exam to do this week, so we won't have an exam in class next week. And I actually have to go to school twice next week. One is for my regular class day, and then on Friday I have to go back and do my BLS CPR class. So I paid for that today. That was $45. But it's fine because I was going to do it either through school or through work. Work only wanted to give me like the heart saver CPR, and with school I can pay the $45 and get the BLS, and I figured most hospitals want you to have the BLS anyway, so I'd be better off just getting the BLS healthcare provider CPR certification. So it is what it is. But anyways, that's pretty much it. I just have to go do the take-home exam and turn that in next week when I go back for class on Tuesday. And then, like I said, I have class again on Friday, but that's just for CPR class, and that's not an actual like phlebotomy class session, and it's not as long. I think she said it's from 9:30 to 11:30 or something like that. And our class sessions are from 9:30 to 1:30, although we've gotten out early the last 2 weeks in a row. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. If there's any questions that you have, anything that you would like more information on, obviously let me know and I will talk more about it. We just started getting into the information about like the tubes and the different tests that are for which tubes and like the tube colors, and it's kind of like setting us up to learn order of draw and things like that. But I don't think we learn order of draw until week 4. Yeah, week 4 is when we're supposed to be learning order of draw, because I think next week we're going to actually practice sticking on the mannequin arms, because we haven't practiced sticking yet. And our first sticks are obviously not going to be on each other. They're going to be on the arms, the mannequin arms. So anyways, this video is long enough. I will update you guys as I go along, and I will make those videos that I talked to you guys about. So stay tuned for those. And with that being said, I hope you guys are having a great day, and I will talk to you guys again in my next video.